what they call the Jewish phenomenon is that with your certificate, you must learn another trade because you can be dispersed at any time and be taken to diaspora, where your certificate will not work or get you anything. But what you have learned, like Paul, who was a lawyer, who said, "This my hands are provided for my necessities." He was no longer going to court. He was a tent maker. He said, "These my hands are provided for my necessities." Every one of you still looking for a job, you are a compound fool. Who is going to make that job for you? We are growing at the rate of 6 million per year. Where are you going to get 6 million jobs? The future does not belong to job seekers. It belongs to job creators. It belongs to entrepreneurs. It belongs to the like of my mother, who did not go to school but made her direct clothes in such a way that he catapulted her into America to go teach in Bloomington, Indiana University, how Africans made their clothes before the Europeans came. Do you know Biola Segwe went to university? Now my daughters, my wife, they patronize her. Another are patronizing them. Do you know Sophistica? They went to school. Some of the outreach at one is by Sophistica. Do you know the man called Master Dollar? He's the one sewing for all those in the House of Assembly, so for the governor, and he's sewing for me too. His factory is at Idiaraba. All he does there is to sew agbada. If you go to him today and say, "I need this agbada in 2 days," he will get it ready for you without fail. And they are patronizing him home and abroad. He's shipping them abroad. What do you know how to do, rebel? Who bury your talent and carry your certificate with the nickname of applicant. Applicant, my food. The problem is created by you because you are depriving others of the talent you carry that could create jobs for more people. Government cannot keep on employing people. That's not their job. In fact, the civil service should be slashed. We have an over-bloated government. It should be slashed, and let us empower our citizens, introduce them to what they call Jewish phenomenon, so that everyone has a trade. Do you know everyone called by Jesus was either a fisherman or a task? They had something to do. Joseph said to his brothers when they arrived in Egypt, he said, "I'm taking you before Pharaoh tomorrow, and Pharaoh will only ask you one question, not what is your certificate? What diploma did you receive? He will ask you, what is your occupation?" Lazy man that comes to church, and when you are going home, you are asking for money for transportation. What can you do with your hands that you can provide for your family? Who do we need to turn this man around? We need Bezalels and Aholiabs, multi-talented people who are gifted by God, who are creative geniuses, who can then teach others. Do you know how many people employed by Master Dollar? Employed by Sophistica? Do you know how many people are into Nollywood today? Do you know how many have become masters of ceremony and they are earning a living? And you consider those jobs beneath you, but you're still an applicant. You can't feed your family. You have lost the faith. You are worse than an infidel. Your hand must provide for your necessity. And then you have a message for the area boys. You can teach them, say, "Look at me. See what God has done with my life. He can do same with yours." And they'll begin to listen to you because you are speaking their language.